Hey guys, my name is TheEpicAlec, and welcome back to 60 Parsecs. Last time I left off, I beat the game, but at the cost of Baby Bronco's death. With that said, the game decided to challenge how much I cared for Baby Bronco, and since it looks like it could possibly be different endings based off of with a different crew on different planets, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do it again. This time I'm gonna choose new captain and new adventure wager. Guess who that new captain's gonna be? Baby Bronco. Let's do this. I wonder how this is actually gonna serve me in the going through and getting everything. Maybe the different stats affect that. Let's test that theory. Oh yeah. Oh, and I get 5 hands this time. Okay, that's nice. Okay, there's nobody else in sight. Okay. Okay. Well. Alright, well that goes against what I was planning to do. Since I could only get 2 other people, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Huh. Gotta smash it. Protocol X has been disabled, Captain. You quickly grabbed a statue off the shelf and used it to smash the console to pieces. Not the most civilized solution, but the important thing is that it worked. Now, that statue in your hand. Do you recall seeing it before? Must have been here the entire time. Well, it's a good thing you've stumbled upon it. Maybe it'll come in handy. It's an artifact. It'll definitely come in handy. We just suffered a collision with an asteroid. Our solar shield is kaput. If the damage isn't repaired, you'll be cooked alive. We have spare panels, but they'll need to be installed outside the ship. How will you proceed? There's nothing there. Phobos. Huh. On our descent towards the storm-ridden planet, crewmate Thompson piped up and said he recognized the storm below. Looks like our predictions for Earth after a Soviet nuclear attack, he said with a pause. But with you in command, sir, we can weather anything. With Tom's note in mind, you beautifully directed our craft away from particularly green parts of the atmosphere and onto a safe resting spot on the planet. Unfortunately, however, atmospheric electricity fried the communicator on the way down. Once on the ground, Tom looked out and realized this wasn't at all like a nuclear Soviet attack. This was something else. This planet's surface has experienced a number of wars and traumas, nuclear or otherwise. We'd best be wary while exploring, Captain. Alright, let's go here. Warhead Town. Nick, or Tom, you're going out there. I'm gonna give you the armor and the gun. While Backy was in control, you asked the little Lithe Emmett to... What? Well, we didn't even have armor. What? What? It doesn't even have armor. How do we stuff armor into it? What? That makes 0 sense. How did we... Tom came back, Captain. The town to the south turned out to be a settlement built around an unexploded warhead. Law in the settlement is played fast and loose. Tom came back with a bloody nose, ravenous, and pretty shook up. He said the Phobians who founded Warhead Town were a band of transients, exiled from their post-war silos for various reasons. Some were hospitable, if anxious, but some weren't. Tom faced down several encounters with muggers and would-be lawmen with his trusty pistol. The weapon barely worked by the end of the trip. The greasy river that runs through Warhead Town sweats oil and, to Tom's delight, chemicals good for crafting stuff. You gather a slew of the least gross stuff. Tom spotted a number of unusual garments hanging from a line. He didn't hesitate to grab a sock. Who transported these outside our solar system? So strange. Anyway, Tom brought back some soup. Alrighty then. Looking good, looking good. Alright, let's repair the armor then. We found something interesting, Captain. There's this lonely statue. A tentacle creature shaped vaguely human-like, with hands outstretched as if in a religious blessing. The inscription is barely legible, but says something about an honor and service to a higher cause. The way the statue cups its hands downwards reminds me of something. Ah, yes, of course. It's almost exactly the shape of your head. What a coincidence. It's a stretch, but perhaps there's a reward in sticking your noggin in the statue's hands. What do you say, Captain? Will you try it? No. I'm not gonna try it. Why would I try that? Now for the glade. Tom, you're going back out there. Armored with a gun. Alright, we're doing well so far. And we have the little alien guy again. Alright. Let's craft some soup. Captain of troop of aliens with clipboards are bashing on our door. They are all heavily mutated, some with wonky limbs, some with extra limbs, and one with no limbs at all. They're clamping some kind of device onto the airlock door to force it open. 15 of the little gas mask aliens are stuck inside in our airlock and are inscribbling on scaly paper. If you have a weapon, you could wave it at them or make a warning attack. The alternative is to leave them to it. They seem to only be making records. Yeah, let's do nothing. Let's just do nothing and see what happens. You decided to let the troop of mutated bureaucrats run around our ship with clipboards. They took note of every little detail in the place. They stayed all night. But once they were either bored of recording every detail or wanting to stress test all of our equipment, they pulled out metal bats and began bashing things. They wrecked some equipment and resources before you managed to herd them out of the ship with your manic screaming. Alright, Tom has returned from his jaunt to the eastern glade. He's limping a little, famished after the journey and a bit freaked out. He got comfortable as he begins to tell his story. The glade's transparent, buckling trees and pointy branches rendered Tom's journey a bit fraught. Most slices and pokes were rebuffed by the sturdy suit you gave him. It did suffer a number of scrapes and tears, however. From the bottom of a shimmering pond, he scooped a number of valuable minerals. Where does all this soup come from? It's the greatest mystery of the universe and everything. Anyway, Tom picked up some soup on the way. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna recycle the mask so I can repair the artifact. Yeah. Give him some duct tape to fix his mask. And how is you doing? He's hungry and tired. Hungry. You know what? Celebratory meal. Why not? I'm gonna indulge them just this once. Oh, gross. I thought it was just a cliche that cockroaches would be the only ones to survive a nuclear apocalypse, but it appears that a family of our hexapedal friends have hitched a ride on us. With us. Captain, be careful. These roaches are bigger, smarter, and far more dangerous than the average representatives of their species. You could try to kill them or let them be. Want to go on a bug hunt? Let's let them be for now. And let's head back to Warhead Town. I don't think... Alright, I'm gonna take a risk and I'm gonna send Tom out with the gun and the communicator. Let's just see what happens. How is everybody doing on hunger? Good, good, good. Alright. I might regret sending him out with the gun. You didn't hunt down the roaches, instead opting to coexist with them aboard the shuttle. The roaches appreciated your peaceful approach and left you something to show their gratitude. These were not your garden variety roaches, Captain, but the result of some top secret government experiment. They left you a note. Thanks for not killing us. Stay cool. Love, the Petersons. The shuttle is... Oh my god. My god. He's insane too. Weak hurt. Weak hurt. Well, this night just got interesting. A nightmare wakes you up. As you adjust your eyes to the darkness, you suddenly realize that you are not alone. You can make out a silhouette of a person in the shadows. It's motionless, but seems to be staring right at you. Can't just ignore it, Captain. What do? Lighter? I don't even remember getting a lighter. That was a fun night, Captain. When you woke up, you noticed someone standing in the shadows. The figure didn't move, it just stared. Terrified, you used a lighter to see the mysterious visitor clearly, and, believe it or not, your worst nightmare turned out to just be a mask hanging on a coat rack. You were so spooked. Quite funny, really. I'm sure we will laugh about it all tomorrow. Here, I'll start now. Ha ha, ha ha. It's bizarre that you did not notice the mask on board before, but you're not the one to look a gift horse in the mouth, Captain. Are you? Can't speak. It's bizarre that you did not notice the mask on board before, but you're not the one to look a gift horse in the mouth, are you? Just be glad you found it, Captain, and I promise to stop laughing at you sometime next week. Hey, Petersons. What are you guys doing? First aid kit. I need the first aid kit immediately. Captain, that family of sentient roaches you showed mercy to have really made themselves at home here on the shuttle. The Petersons are currently renovating their roach hole to include a white picket fence, complete with a mailbox shaped like a miniature nuclear bomb. All the noise from the construction is making it difficult for you to sleep. The Petersons may understand if you ask them politely to keep it down. It's never good to let bad feelings build up between neighbors. Will you speak to them? Yeah, let's speak. Yeah, we'll speak to him. I mean, it's a calm discussion. How bad could it get? Nope, he's good. Okay, you approached the roach hole and spoke calmly to Pete Peterson, the patriarch of the family, about not rousing such a roughly ruckus late at night. The kindly roach apologized profusely and confessed the experiments that gave his family sentience also left him a bit hard of hearing. He invited you over for spaghetti, although you had to decline due to your inability to fit inside his kitchen. You chose to steer clear of the infected reprogrammed crafting module in the corner. I still couldn't detect its power source, yet you grabbed our battery and tried hooking it up anyway. Just as you connected the contacts, the device's software scanned my hard drives. The unit's nozzle began wobbling, and it started building something in the corner, molecule by molecule. A shovel! A wonderful gift, but the infection immediately disappeared and the crafting module clunked back to its original state. And there goes Nick Fury. Okay. What can give me a lot of power? We can recycle that shovel. Sir, crewmate Ellis has pointed out another one of those pillbox-like bunkers that littered this planet nearby. This one's top has been blown open as if something detonated inside. You poke your head in to find a giant empty storeroom. It would be easy to get lost in there. Test your mental mapping skills or try to climb a particularly tall unit for a vantage point. Use our cleverness. Forget, do we have a mask? We do have a mask. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and, what are the threats? Alright, I'll do a mask and I'll do the gun. You set off into the dark corridors of the storage facility near the shuttle by clearing the aisles in an orderly, row-by-row fashion. You managed not to get lost. And it paid off. Deep in the facility, you found a book on the bottom shelf, caked in dust, but full of details, diagrams. Back at the shuttle, you wrapped it in an old Astrocitizen handbook cover. Emmett strode off towards the green-tinted radio zone. If we had shot glasses, I'd propose a soup-based toast to a safe return. We don't have soup, though. Craft a first aid kit since apparently baby is hurt. I'm sorry, Pete. Shouldn't have recycled the shovel. You did not give the Petersons anything to finish their latest home construction project. Unable to finish the work without the proper tools, the Roaches were forced to put the project on hold. Emmett made it back from the radioactive zone. He's a bit worse for wear, a bit peckish, and rather shaken up. Good thing Emmett brought... Oh my god! Okay. Good thing Emmett brought protective face wear with him, as the whole region was a Geiger nightmare. Some of the mask's filters melted, unfortunately. Undetectable gravitational anomalies crushed Emmett, giving him some nasty bruises. Turns out that Emmett was plagued by a giant guinea pig out there in the wasteland. Thankfully, his sidearm scared it off, although the gun melted a little due to the radiation. Emmett did manage to collect a plethora of chemicals in the polluted wasteland. Where does all this soup come from? It's the greatest mystery of the universe and everything. Anyway, Emmett brought back some soup. You decide to tape up the sick alien's torn suit. Once its suit pressurized properly, it looked at you with gratitude. That said, it still seems poorly. What would you like to use to help it now? Let's give it the mask. I should actually craft a medkit. Feels like home. Goal achieved. After a couple more hours rest, the little alien in the shell seems cogent and is breathing more easily, and it just spoke in broken English. These phobians must be sharp as stalagmites if they can pick up a language so quickly. The lonely phobian explains that it is in exile, cast out from its home, Silo 1799. It believed the world outside was safe after it found records of a paradise zone to the west, untouched by war or fallout, but saying such a thing is taboo in their race's agoraphobic post-war culture. The exile marks the haven fortress on your map and suggests we visit. Perhaps you can spare someone for the journey, Captain. The fortress. I'm gonna wait to send him out to the fortress until after I actually have the gun, which I need to wait so that I can actually be able to repair it later. Alright, Emmett. Good luck, man. Sending you with a gun. Nothing else, just the gun. This is most distressing, but there's an unknown group spying on our location every other day. What do they want? That's a good question, actually. A phobian vehicle is puttering towards us over the plains. It pulls up next to us and the alien inside almost falls out. Another fragile phobian. What is it with these guys? The little alien explains that it was held captive by an evil tribe of phobians bandits and tortured by a little one in particular. One with a partly broken snout and nasty limp. The phobian we helped. That little liar. However, the survivor says it came from a real resource-rich walled haven and asks for some minerals to repair his vehicle. That way we can all escape to safety. Yeah, needs 10 pounds of various minerals. Sure, give him. I am concerned. We handed over a little collection of minerals to the alien driver. He needed bare aluminum, silicon, flint, and mica. Parts for a new spark plug and alternator, I'd say, sir. The survivor needs to get back to his workshop where he'll make the repairs, then he will come pick us up to take us to the haven. Apparently, let's hope this phobian is more trustworthy than the other. Of course. Of course, of course. Of course. Let's see what happens. Of course. What the f- A two-dimensional species attacked your ship. You listened curiously as the angry voices groaned with effort. Several laborious hours later, their two-dimensional barricade was ready, resembling a thin origami napkin to your untrained 3D eyes. It crumpled when you sneezed. The voices sounded devastated. You tried to look impressed and fearful, but they didn't notice. We were lied to. The fortress was not an open, welcoming place. Emmett returned, having clearly been assaulted, in need of food, and still in shock. Wary, he described the experience. Once inside the fortress, Emmett was trapped by its phobian inhabitants and had to fight his way out. The gun gave him some leverage, but was damaged by an alien shot. Emmett found a stockpile of materials and minerals while escaping and pocketed some. Just as Emmett was about to escape, he was caught by the phobian attackers and thrown into a cage. Over several days of imprisonment and destitution, Emmett got to know one of his fellow prisoners, a phobian who spoke of a real safe haven, a legendary place to the far northeast. While the phobian describes more about the location of this real haven, an explosion rang out. Whether a fortress mutiny or simply an accident, our crewmate and the other phobians made a break for it. During the journey, Emmett picked up a mask. Even the filters are intact. Got the soup. The visit to the fortress wasn't exactly pleasant, but Emmett made it home and feels a little bit better now. You could use some more rations. Okay. What the a space? I don't like it. I don't like it. Captain, there are a couple of spacemen having a roadside picnic outside. Wait a minute, they are wearing Soviet suits, and they're seen in Kalinka. What are the Soviets doing here? Are they the mysterious group that has been watching us? Oh no, it was a distraction. They are trying to break through into the shuttle. One of them boarded the shuttle. Stand your ground, Captain. Artifact, help us! Artifact! There are few things quite as scary as a true believer with an artifact in his hands. The attackers clearly shared that fear. They retreated in a hurry. You better run, you commies. We were able to defend ourselves this time around. But you need to remember that a specter is haunting this world. The specter of communism. This isn't over. Oops, I almost fell off my exercise ball. In the distance, a Phobian is flying towards us on a high-powered vehicle. I believe it's one who wants us to take us to the haven, sir. But wait, something is in tow. It appears to be a huge dust cloud. No, it's a barbarian cavalcade, helmed by the little freak we helped out days ago. The Phobian from the Haven pulls up. Haven, you can come, but help with them, it screams, frantically pointing at the neon-drenched convoy billowing towards us. We can try to find a good hiding spot, fight the impending troop head-on, or hop on the vehicle and run, sir. At this point, I'm not sure which option is best. Well, now just go with Shrink, because that's Baby Bronco's main suit. Best suit. I don't know. Yes! Yes! Yeah. You and your partner grabbed anything resembling a weapon and leapt onto the friendly Phobian's vehicle as it skidded to a halt nearby. You pointed at the horde with a blood-curdling scream, and the Phobian plunged its jeep headfirst into the impending war party. You leapt into a bludgeon-swinging battle with the barbarians, but the muscle you mustered wasn't enough. The war party flipped your Phobian pal's vehicle with ease and had at you with makeshift axes and spears. I could barely watch. Wait, does that mean we died? Well then. And so, Captain Baby Bronco bravely faced a horde of cannibalistic Phobians directly, but pitting two humans and their Phobian friend against a horde of bloodthirsties never yielded good odds. Now Baby and his sidekick Emmett Ellis are lying in a heap somewhere, while the barbarians pull apart his shuttle's hull for scrap metal. Captain Bronco had some magnificent adventures, but this is the end. Well then, is that the only ending for this planet? I don't know. I'm gonna leave this here. If you like that video, or if you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I don't care if you hit the bell. If you have any tips, thoughts, suggestions, anything like that, leave them down in the comment section below, especially if you know if this was the only ending for this planet. And yeah, I will see you guys later.